Marcus Freeman joins Notre Dame as defensive coordinator. In a pivotal move for the Notre Dame football program, Marcus Freeman, a highly regarded defensive strategist and former elite linebacker recruit, has decided to join the Irish as their new defensive coordinator. This decision marks a significant homecoming for Freeman, who previously opted to play for Ohio State over Notre Dame in 2004. After a thorough vetting process, the university announced late Friday that Freeman will transition from his role at the University of Cincinnati to take the helm of Notre Dame's defense. Freeman's hiring comes on the heels of Clark Lea's departure, who left to assume the head coaching position at Vanderbilt after 4 years at Notre Dame, including 3 as defensive coordinator. Freeman, who turns 35 on Sunday, is celebrated not only for his on-field success, but also for his exceptional recruiting skills. Brian Kelly, Notre Dame's head coach, expressed his enthusiasm about Freeman's fit for the program, highlighting his proven track record in defense and his ability to build rapport with players and staff alike. "Marcus was our top choice to become our next defensive coordinator," Kelly stated. "His work elevating the programs he has been part of speaks for itself, but equally important is his exceptional ability to foster relationships." Freeman's coaching philosophy and defensive strategies differ from those of his predecessor, but align well with the recruiting landscape at Notre Dame. His aggressive approach, characterized by a tendency to employ man coverage and a more dynamic play-calling strategy, promises to add a fresh dimension to the Irish defense. As current UC offensive coordinator Mike Denbrock noted, Freeman's defenses are known for their relentless pursuit, making every yard hard-earned for opposing offenses. This season, as the Bearcats are expected to be a top-ranked team, Denbrock will experience firsthand the complexities of Freeman's defensive strategy when they visit Notre Dame Stadium on October 2nd. Meanwhile, after Freeman's first season at UC 2017 and finishing 94th in scoring defense, Cincinnati improved to 9th nationally in 1 year. The Bearcats were 24th in scoring D in 2018 and 8th this season. They were 13th in total defense, 14th in rushing defense, and 3rd in pass efficiency defense, behind only Northwestern and Louisiana. On the recruiting front, Cincinnati finished highest among Group of 5 schools at 34th overall in the 2021 Rivals Team recruiting rankings, 4 spots higher than Florida State. The early 2022 snapshot has the Bearcats 6th, with Freeman a big part of both talent surges. "Just an incredible relationship builder with players," Denbrock said of Freeman on the recruiting trail. "Constantly working at it, diligent, detailed. Great with them in conversations, whether that's in the world we live in now, Zoom calls. Great at digging into the family dynamic and making sure he's having the conversations with the decision makers in the recruiting process. And, based on my experience with him here at Cincinnati, he is great at selling what the strong points of Cincinnati are and what it could do for the young men that we're recruiting. I can only imagine what that would look like if he had Notre Dame in his back pocket when he walked into some of these schools." Walking into Notre Dame, he'll have a familiar face in the defensive meeting room. Not only did cornerbacks coach Mike Mickens and Freeman work together at Cincinnati in 2018-19, they were teammates at Wayne High School in Huber Heights, Ohio. "Here's the neatest thing," said Jay Menton, their head coach at Wayne, now coaching tight ends at the University of Dayton. "Those guys have been great players. Now they're great coaches and all that. But if you meet each one of their families, they're great dads, great husbands, all the kind of stuff. And that's what really excites you. What great leaders they are. It's just the responsibility that they take on. Marcus has an army of kids. So that's what's really exciting, to see those guys how they've grown up and what they've become." Neither had thought much about coaching until medical conditions truncated their respective NFL careers. With Alavaca cornerback Mickens, it was a knee injury. With Marcus, it was an enlarged heart uncovered during a physical exam with Indianapolis Colts team doctors roughly a year after being drafted in the 5th round by the Chicago Bears in the 2009 NFL Draft. Mine thought much about coaching until medical conditions truncated their respective NFL careers. With All-America cornerback Mickens, it was a knee injury. With Marcus, it was an enlarged heart uncovered during a physical exam with Indianapolis Colts team doctors roughly a year after being drafted in the 5th round by the Chicago Bears in the 2009 NFL Draft. "I just remember the disappointment," Minton said. "Football was that young man's life. But he took that disappointment and put it into something special and something positive. Freeman retired officially May 1, 2010, and began his coaching career that fall as a graduate assistant at his alma mater. His current boss at UC, Luke Fickell, was OSU's co-defensive coordinator at the time. Fickell is also the man who convinced Freeman to choose the Buckeyes over the Irish 17 years ago. I loved Notre Dame, absolutely. I didn't officially visit, but I went up there multiple times. I loved it. If I didn't go to Ohio State, that's for sure where I was going to go. From Ohio State, Freeman spent 2 seasons at Kent State and 4 at Purdue, before being reunited with Fickell at Cincinnati the past 4 years. He may not stay long at Notre Dame. Freeman wants to be a head coach, and if his star keeps rising, he'll get a chance, soon. His coaching career is like his playing career, really, Minton said. He's just been tenacious about it, and just his growth. Every year, this kid's growing and getting better and better. And it's just like when he was an 8th grader, my second year at Wayne, and my daughter pointed him out to me as he was walking to a pond to go fishing. She said, "Dad, that's Marcus Freeman." And I said, "Okay, who's Marcus Freeman?" She said, "Dad, he's supposed to be a really good football player. You better get to know him." And he was a roly-poly kid. And I thought, man, is that kid even going to play for us? He doesn't even look like it. Well, lo and behold, wow. Every year working in the weight room, first in, last out. Man, he just worked himself. You knew then he was going to do some great things. He's one of those kids who gives you a big old smile. And I don't want to say that he owns you, but he owns you. That's just his personality. But when it's time to coach and teach, now he can get down after it. Freeman's arrival signals a new chapter for Notre Dame's defense, continuing the tradition of excellence while bringing his unique approach to a storied program. As he steps into this pivotal role, all eyes will be on the Irish to see how his leadership transforms their defensive prowess on the field.